You are sitting in your living room in Sydney. It is a warm evening in late summer. You look up at the ceiling. A large, long-legged spider is quietly resting in the corner. You check your shoes before putting them on. You shake out the laundry you left on the floor overnight. You are not afraid. You are just being careful. Because in Australia, there is a season for spiders. And right now, that season is peaking. Here's why Australia has a spider season, what triggers these eight-legged invaders, and why this time of year is actually critical for saving human lives. Let us get into it. The first thing to understand is that Australia does not have just one spider season. It has several peaks throughout the year, triggered by different factors. But the most intense and talked about season is the funnel web spider season, which runs from late summer through autumn. That is roughly February through April or May. So what causes funnel web spiders to become suddenly visible? The answer is love. Or more precisely, mating. During this time of year, male funnel web spiders leave their underground burrows and begin wandering. They are looking for one thing: a female to mate with. Normally, these spiders are shy and nocturnal. They spend their days hiding under rocks, logs, or garden debris. But during breeding season, the males abandon their hiding spots. They travel across backyards, through gardens, and sometimes into homes. This is why Australians suddenly start seeing funnel webs everywhere. But there is another factor that makes this season even more intense: weather. Emma Tenney is a spider keeper at the Australian Reptile Park on the central coast of New South Wales. She explains that the perfect conditions for funnel web activity are extremely hot days followed by rainfall. The heat encourages the spiders to move. The rain creates humidity, which makes it easier for spiders to breathe through their book lungs, which need moisture to respire. Combine these conditions, and you have what spider experts call a funnel web spider boom. In May 2026, just weeks ago, residents of New South Wales received an urgent warning about exactly this phenomenon. Torrential rain and flooding had forced funnel web spiders out of their natural habitats. They were seeking refuge in drier areas. And the upcoming warm weather and high humidity created what park director Tim Faulkner described as the perfect storm for a funnel web spider boom. This boom is not just about spiders being annoying, it is about spiders being deadly. The Sydney funnel web spider is widely considered the world's most venomous spider. Its venom is notoriously toxic and fast-acting. Before an antivenom program was introduced in the early 1980s, there were 13 recorded deaths from funnel web bites. Since the program began, no one has died. That is because of the antivenom. And that antivenom comes from the spiders themselves. Here is where the spider season becomes a matter of life and death. The Australian Reptile Park is the sole supplier of funnel web venom used to create antivenom. The venom is extracted from male funnel web spiders, which are milked weekly at the park. The venom is then supplied to a pharmaceutical company called CSL Seqirus, which manufactures the antivenom that saves hundreds of lives each year. To produce enough antivenom, the park needs to maintain a population of at least 300 male funnel web spiders that can be milked every week. But these spiders do not live forever. Males typically die within a year of maturing. So the park constantly needs new spiders. And the best time to get them is during spider season. The math is tight. In early 2025, the park reported that they only had about 130 milkings per week. They estimated needing about 217 milkings per week to meet the quota for the antivenom program. The gap was significant, and the only way to fill it is through public donations of wild-caught spiders. This is why the Australian Reptile Park issues urgent public appeals during spider season. They encourage people who feel safe enough to do so to catch wandering funnel web spiders and deliver them to designated drop-off locations. Each donated spider can be milked multiple times. Each milking produces venom that can be turned into antivenom. Each batch of antivenom can save lives. In August 2025, the park announced that funnel web breeding season had arrived early. 4 egg sacs had already been laid at the park's dedicated breeding facility. Each sac contained up to 150 spiderlings. Those spiderlings would grow into adults. The males would join the venom program. The females would be released back into the wild. But the park could not rely on its breeding program alone. They still needed the public's help. The park's spider keeper, Emma Tenney, put it bluntly: handing in a spider or egg sac literally makes you a lifesaver. Now, funnel web spiders are not the only spiders that appear during Australia's spider season. Huntsman spiders also become more visible at this time of year, but for very different reasons. Huntsman spiders are the large, long-legged arachnids that often cling to walls, ceilings, and even car interiors. They are non-venomous to humans. A bite from a huntsman is rare and typically causes only mild local pain. These spiders are actually beneficial. They are excellent at controlling cockroaches and other insects. During the warmer months, huntsman spiders often wander indoors, searching for cooler shelter. They are not aggressive. They are not looking for humans. They are just trying to survive the heat. But their size, which can reach up to 15 centimeters across, including their legs, can give people quite a fright. Redback spiders are another species that peaks during warmer months. Recognizable by the red stripe on the female's back, redbacks prefer sheltered areas like sheds, outdoor furniture, garages, and children's play equipment. Their venomous bite causes intense pain, sweating, and nausea. But deaths are extremely rare thanks to effective antivenom. Whitetail spiders also become more commonly spotted during warmer months. These slim, fast-moving spiders with a distinct white tip on their abdomen often wander indoors at night, looking for other spiders to eat. There is another phenomenon that occurs during Australian spider season, something that looks like something out of a horror movie. It is called spider rain or snowing spiders. After heavy flooding, thousands of sheetweb weaver spiders, also known as money spiders, will balloon from the ground to the sky. They release silk from spinneret glands on their abdomen, which allows them to float through the air to escape flooded areas. Days after a flooding rain event, residents step outside and see what looks like snow draped on trees, poles, and tall grasses. It is actually spider webs, sometimes covering entire landscapes. The webs can even blanket the ground for miles, looking like snow along countryside roads. This is not dangerous. The sheetweb weavers are small and harmless to humans, but it is a striking visual reminder of how deeply spiders are woven into the Australian environment. So what should you do if you encounter a spider during Australian spider season? The first thing is to identify the spider. Different spiders require different responses. If you see a funnel web spider, the Australian Reptile Park has clear advice. If you feel safe enough to do so, catch it. Use a long-handled tool. Place a glass jar over the spider. Slide a piece of cardboard underneath to trap it. Do not use your hands. Do not get close. Then deliver the spider to a designated drop-off location or to the park itself. Your donation could save a life. If you see a huntsman spider, leave it alone. It will not hurt you. It will eat cockroaches. If you cannot stand the sight of it, use a glass and cardboard to relocate it outside. Do not kill it. It is doing you a favor. If you see a redback spider, exercise caution. They are venomous. They are not aggressive, but they will bite if disturbed. In Adelaide, pest control experts recommend sealing cracks around doors and windows, clearing away webs regularly, and keeping outdoor lighting to a minimum because insects attract spiders. If you find redbacks in areas where children or pets play, consider professional pest control. There are also simple prevention tips that work for all spiders. Store shoes, gloves, and toys off the ground. Check shoes before putting them on. Keep laundry off the floor. Seal gaps around doors and windows. Clear away webs from eaves and outdoor furniture. These small habits can make a big difference. It is also worth understanding the myths versus the facts. One persistent myth is that whitetail spider bites cause skin ulcers. There is no scientific evidence to support this. Most whitetail bites cause only mild symptoms similar to a bee sting. Another myth is that all large spiders are dangerous. Huntsman spiders prove that size does not equal danger. The most important fact to remember is that spiders are more afraid of you than you are of them. They are not aggressive. They are not going to chase you. They are defensive. They bite only when they feel threatened. If you leave them alone, they will leave you alone. Spider season in Australia is a real phenomenon. It is triggered by weather, mating cycles, and humidity. It brings funnel webs, huntsmen, redbacks, and whitetails into closer contact with humans. But it also brings an opportunity. The opportunity to save lives by donating funnel webs to the Antivenom program. The Australian Reptile Park has ensured that no one has died from a funnel web bite in more than 40 years. That record depends on public participation. Every spider donated during spider season helps maintain the venom supply. Every venom supply helps produce antivenom. Every antivenom helps save a life. So the next time you hear about Australia's spider season, do not just think about the fear. Think about the science. Think about the weather patterns that trigger spider movement. Think about the dedicated keepers at the Australian Reptile Park who milk hundreds of spiders every week. And think about the ordinary Australians who carefully catch funnel webs in jars and deliver them to drop-off locations, knowing that they are literally saving lives. That is why Australia has a spider season, not to terrorize residents, but to remind them that even the most feared creatures have a role to play, and that sometimes the season of the spider is also the season of the lifesaver. Source